First and foremost, if you're a marketer, your number one goal is to drive sales. And if you're driving sales, and that obviously happens in lots of different ways, it can be elevating your brand so your brand has more resonance with consumers, and thus they're more inclined to purchase the product, and B, in some cases they're more inclined to pay more for the product because they think the value of the brand that they have is worthy of a premium. So our job, I think, ultimately is to help marketers figure out how to drive sales and to hit the KPIs, as is the phrase, around the way that they go to market. And with that in mind, I think today there's much more emphasis on results, on understanding whether the investments that they're making are working, how quickly they're working, and how well they're working in real time. Technology now, of course, has allowed marketers and the media and those in the whole food chain to know much more sooner whether something's working or not. And I think that's an area where we believe, given the live nature of both sports, and 98% of everything that we do at ESPN is live. Whether it's digital or television or audio for that matter, any version of ESPN ultimately is either live in the moment or it's live to you. Rarely is someone watching something that's 3 days old in the world of sports. So with that in mind, we think we have a competitive advantage in real-time marketing because of the fact that we're live all the time. The technology is out there now that you can know that if you run a certain amount of advertising, you either have same-store sales go up, or you see, your real estate agents get more, inquiries about coming in over the weekend to see what's going on. Or in grocery stores, you can literally now tell through Nielsen and all kinds of things how well, the marketing that you're doing is impacting store sales. So that has become a much more sophisticated, marketplace, and a much more sophisticated, if you will, professional practice. So in our minds, the more we can help feed that with intelligent information, particularly around what our brands bring to that conversation, the better. We will always, first and foremost, I think, be seen as a place, I'm not always sure that it's exactly the case, but we would be seen as a place that reaches men. And what we spend a lot of time doing is talking about the diversity of our audience. Like we mentioned today that 30% of the audience is female now. There's a growing female contingent that watches and consumes sports. And they do that for all kinds of reasons, differently than men in some respects, the same as men in others. But for sure, that is a great opportunity for us. So we've broadened our advertiser mix to be more adults. So you see products on ESPN now that range from, Mattel toys, or, insurance products aimed at a female marketplace. I mean, we have folks at Northwestern Mutual, for example, who bought ESPN because we reached a female audience that they were having a hard time reaching because it happened to be more professional, more upscale, et cetera. So that's a big kind of change, I think. The second change is targetability. Today, we can deliver an extraordinary amount of younger. We can do it by, again, gender. We can do it by product likeness or, folks that are interested in various different versions of products. We have, as we said in our upfront, we have the largest treasure trove of information about sports fans. So if we know something relative to, you're a Northwestern, Wildcat fan, you're female, you've told us, that you're a fan of 4 other teams, and then we know based upon the outcomes in sports whether you're going to be happy on a Saturday or not. Well, there's a different ad for each one of those things, and they become more effective if we can do it in the right way. We call that Live Connect. And it's just another example of using data smartly, with their permission, I might add, to enhance the advertiser message so it's more effective. We'll always have beers and we'll always have autos and things like that, but I think we're tapping into the new economy now. Brands that were started as direct response brands that now are brands that have made themselves through really a combination of digital first, television next, and then back to digital, which works for us because our brand is so, I think, pervasive everywhere in terms of the platform, that we can play in all of those markets. It's not a digital market, it's not a social market, it's not a television market, it's just ESPN.